get on with this build of this rotary broach. We're up to making the spindle. Got some noise next door. They're doing some work on their retainer wall, so they've got an excavator next door working, so we just have to put up with that noise. And it's windy as shit and cold as shit outside, so it's a good day to be in here. So I'm going to center drill this and then pull it out of the chuck, so I've got enough room to put the features in. Having a fair bit of trouble with this lathe at the moment, so there's no automatic feed. So everything will be manual and see if I can get a good finish that way. Anyway, better get into it. First journal is 18 mil. That's right. Quite a bit to come off this one here. This journal here has to go down to 12 mil, so I've got quite a ways to go yet. So did slip in the chuck a bit, which I was a bit peeved about, but I've got it all set back up again and we're back on track. So I'm going to bring you guys back a little bit later. Straight finish. Okay. Well, getting very close to the dimension here. I've got about 14 thou to come off, so I'm gonna probably polish the last thou or so. So I'm gonna put in 6 thou, and I've got a dial indicator set up on for the cross slide. I'm going to put in 6 thou, take a very slow cut, and then polish the rest. That's going to be the best bit. So that's 6 thou. Shit, 12.07. Okay, close. He's close. I'll just give that a light sand. I'll bring his back when I'm down to dimension here. Well, got this bearing to fit. I don't want to push it all the way on. It is a pretty firm fit. It's not hot, it's not warm, it's not cold either. It's sort of lukewarm. So leave that journal there. Then I'll start on this next one now. I'll bring the centre back in, and then it didn't take all that long to polish down. I don't want to push it all the way on because it's roughly the same diameter and I won't be able to get anything in there to sound on there alright then. Yeah, look at that. It's going to fit just nice, I think. So I've got to machine this next one down to take the big roller bearing. I use the dial indicator again and set the distance. You can see the little mark there. Machine this down. I've got about 500 there to come off it, so 250 aside. Turn that insert around. The good thing about these inserts, you get 6 cracks at them. That'd be fantastic. So I'm 0.2, 5, 6, I'm 0.27 up. So I've got a bit of polishing to do now. That's okay. Pretty noisy next door at the moment. The digger's right outside the wall here. So I'll polish this up and I'll bring this back. Might be a little bit quieter, eh? Well, after a bit of time and a bit of polishing, actually a lot of time and a lot of polishing, fits on there lovely. That one goes on there lovely. Beautiful fits. So now I've got to put a hole. Got to put a hole straight through the centre. I may do that after I turn it around, so I know that the hole won't wander. There's no chance of the hole wandering off centre, because this end here is where the actual broaching tool is going to go in. I've spun the part around. I've got to face it off. Got a stop down here set, so I've got 135 thou, 134 thou to remove off this face. So I'll do that first, and I'll put a centre through it. Bring this down, this outer, bring down the dimension. And then I've got to put a bore in there for where the broach actually sits. So we're ticking along just nice here. job. I'm up 0.8. Better 0.8 up. That is pretty darn warm. Some point there. This has got to have a reamed 3/8 hole to take the broach, and the depth is critical. According to Tommy, you've got to have it spot on. It's got to be 20mm deep, spot on. So I'm going to center drill it, spot drill it, and then I'll drill it, ream it. I've just got to work out a way to measure exactly how much to drill it. And I've been through my high-speed steel little tub, shit tub pile of stuff. That didn't sound right. And I found a little piece of high-speed steel that may be able to get up in the end and square the end off. The end has to be square, it can't be on a bevel. Or it can't be on a chamfered end, it's got to be square. So, I guess we're just nutting out how I'm going to measure the depth precisely. Anyway, we'll get a center drill, that's a start. It's got to have a through hole all the way through too to release the air so it doesn't become an air pocket. Okay, so what I've done to get this hole 20mm no further than the point of the drill, I'll bore the taper out in the end eventually later. What I've done was put the boring bar in, rest it up against the front of the chuck, set a dial indicator down here, move forward 20mm, lock the carriage. So as long as I don't, well, as long as nothing moves here, so that's tight, which it wasn't. So as long as the drill doesn't move, the tailstock doesn't move, I should have the 20mm depth pretty spot on. Only one way to find out, isn't it? That's it. be right. So I'll go out to one size below 3/8. I've got a brand new 3/8 ream, and I'll ream it then. Brand new reamer. Here we go. Can't go all out because of the taper of the drills. I'm going to have to try and bore the rest of it, that last little bit. Nice. So I've got this bottom bearing in. I'm going to have to go and push this bearing in now. This bit out of there. Push this. I've got the thrust bearing in there as well. Got to go and push this bearing in, which is very, won't take a lot, I can tell you. So I can work out what length I have to put this circlip in the end here, the retainer clip. So I'm just going to duck over to the arbor press and do that. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I don't know whether you can see there properly or not, but I've ground up a little, doovy cutter, circlip cutter, groove cutter, put it that way. I hope I've got this right to measurement, so I'm just going to go for it, and I think I've got it right. Hope that's right. That'll work. Let's go and put this. Oh, I still got to drill a hole in there yet. It's getting a bit excited. The last piece of the puzzle. Got to put a set screw in here. I've found centre between the jaws. I've just got a parallel under there and this clamp just to make sure it is sitting straight on the parallel. I found centre of the flange, so it's got to be M4. So it's meant to be 3.3mm drill. I don't have any 0.1 increments, so it'll be 3.5. I'm sure it'll be. There's plenty of thread depth there, so I think it'll be okay. So we'll give her a go anyway. Pretty darn good. So I've got a brand new I've got a brand new P&N 4mm tap. So hopefully everything goes smooth. I might take it out of there now and just finish it off by hand. It's just a bit better feel. I can take this clamp out of the way. God, that's a fuzzy picture. Sorry about the focus there, that was just shit. Oh, bastard. Whoa. What have we done? Well, we've got all the components made for these, all bar the actual brooches, which they're getting all their materials in the post now, and hopefully I'll get Tommy will have them soon. Sets a spindle. I just put that 4mm set screw in. It come up okay. It's time to put it together. All the bearings have been pressed in. So it's in. See how many times I can drop this. Place your bets. That's in. That is not as tight as I'd like it to be. If it does at all give trouble, I just have to make a new spindle or somehow try and tighten that gap up a little bit. It's, and I'm not overly sure. I haven't shortened these screws up yet. I'm not overly sure I'm going to have to put a little copper washer or something in behind it to stop them if they, when you got to centre your tool, like a line, that's why it's got the sloppy hole. Being a smooth surface and stainless, they're smooth. These screws are stainless. We're going to have to put a little copper washer on there just so it takes away any fear of moving on the arbor. So that's why I've left them long at the moment. I'm not 100% sure what to do there. So leaving them long ain't going to hurt until I work it out, then I can just shorten each one individually to suit. Forever dropping shit at the moment. And that gives me the shits. So there we have, bar these screws being too long, there we have the TommyGun Rotary Broach. So they come up okay, I reckon. Just got to wait for the broaches to return. So I'm getting the selection made up, 4 different sizes, and I'm sure they'll come back absolutely Mickey Mouse. I want to say big thanks to Tommy for the plans. They were good plans, easy to follow. I had no dramas with it. So if I can follow them, anyone can. I went 3/8 with my broaches, only because I had a couple of sticks of 3/8 high-speed steel. Instead of going to buy some cheap, some 10mm stuff. That's the only change I made to it. Big thanks to Glenn from Man Cave Metals for supplying the metal, the material, and the bearings and so on. Glenn's great to deal with, so do yourself a favour and go over and see Glenn. And go and visit Tommy and grab some plans off him, because it could be a very handy tool to have. Not something you're going to use every day, but when you want to, it's there. It's a good project because you've got to hit some numbers pretty fair smack on the bang, on the number. I sanded the journals for this, for the spindle. I actually sanded those down to dimension. I can't cut that precise on that lathe, so that took a little while to sand them down, but anyway, they were there in the end. They got done, and we ended up with a pretty cool looking tool. I didn't end up putting the features in here. I'm a bit worried about wrecking it. Maybe later on, when I get a bit more confident, I'll put some features in it. But at the moment, I don't want to make it look like shit. So anyway, that's been a fun build. So thanks very much for tracking along with me on this. I know the recording's a little bit audio. The recording's been a little bit ordinary on this project. I've really got to do something about some better lights and better ways to hold the camera and all that sort of stuff. Just becoming a bit of a pain in the arse. But anyway, we got there in the end. We got a good tool. So thanks very much, guys. Much appreciated. Take care out there with all this corona stuff still happening, the lockdowns and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully by Christmas we might be able to travel a little bit, which would be lovely. Okay, thanks guys. See you later.